Well,
thing.
see, back in the day, I mean, I know they. Yeah, see, I mean, I feel like there's a lot of exclusives that have kind of not stopped being exclusive. I remember, like, for the longest time, Final Fantasy was like their big thing, or one of their big things, and now that's also on like 360 and all, or 360. It's also on like Xbox consoles
Right.
and the like. So I don't know. I mean, exclusives themselves are kind of dying, and this actually leads me into my next question. Do you think Microsoft would be either smart enough or stupid enough, depending on how you look at it, to make Call of Duty exclusive to Xbox and PC?
No, I don't. In fact, I think they put out an official statement saying that I think they had specific talks about this with Sony. And let me see if I can find an article to back this up. But yeah, no. So I think why would they, when you think about it? Because that's more copies sold. It's more people playing their game. I don't really know. It doesn't really make sense. At least when it comes to stuff like Call of Duty. Now maybe like single player exclusives, I can totally see them keeping it on, Xbox. But I don't think like crossplay stuff or stuff with potential for crossplay, just more copies sold. Like why would they do that?
Well, I mean, that's been the argument against exclusives always. Is like you're making less money, you're selling less copies because there's less people buying it.
It probably depends on the game though.
Well, the thing, like, okay, like imagine if Halo came out on like originally, because like Halo was owned by Microsoft, right? Like it was published by Microsoft, developed by Bungie, like published by Microsoft. Imagine it also came out on like PS2 or whatever. Like that would just be another market that would have bought the game. Like exclusives have never made sense. I guess maybe it made a little more sense when they were just trying to move consoles, and it's like,
yeah,
buy an Xbox because then you can play Halo.
Right.
But like, I mean, the Xbox is barely a video game console at this point. It's more like an entertainment box. Like they want you to do everything through it. Like you get your cable through it. Go on YouTube. It's a multimedia.
Yeah. You like, get all your HBO Max, your Disney Plus. Like it's the entertainment box, basically.
So like I don't think they really care much about making video games as much just exclusive for the Xbox. But I don't know. Like maybe it's just me being paranoid. I really feel like that's coming down the line at some point.
Maybe. Yeah. I mean, I feel like for stuff like when the next Diablo comes out, I could totally see them throwing that on just like Xbox PC. But
did Diablo 3 came out? I remember that was the one that was on console.
Yeah, as far as I know, it was on both.
Actually,
Xbox, PlayStation, PC. Yeah,
it didn't come out for the Switch, did it?
Yeah, actually it did. Yes, it did.
That's funny.
Yes, it did actually. I didn't play it on Switch.
I don't. Who would? It sounds like a very bad idea. I don't know.
I mean, I played on Xbox when it came out because I thought it was cool. I was like, oh, cool. You could do like 4-player local co-op. Hell yeah. Except, oh god, low-key a nightmare because every time you'd bring up a menu, it would fill up the entire screen. So everything stopped. And if you know Diablo at all, you're looting things constantly and moving your stuff in your inventory. So that quickly became a pain in the ass.
Well, I remember we played it online a few times, and even like online.
Well, online was better, right? Because
online was better because you could do other things, but at the same time, I don't want to go off running, while you're, like, if you pick up a new sword and you want to equip it, I don't want to go off and like by myself and just like, fight monsters.
I mean, that's you could say that about any multiplayer in any Diablo, though. Kind of how it works.
I mean, I guess I never. That was my first experience playing any kind of game like that online. I've only just played like dungeon crawlers by myself before.
Yeah, it's funny. It just takes a lot more. Like if you're used to just like, in the moment you do whatever like makes sense for you, then yeah, it's gonna be kind of a little bit of an adjustment, but because you definitely kind of have to coordinate with like attacks or like, oh, hang on, let's loot, let me like reorganize or whatever. But,
how early in your gaming like whatever did you have like gaming career? Sounded like the dude. Sorry, sorry those words came out of my mouth. But
the thing is, like, I probably would have. I don't know how else to phrase. Like, I know what you're saying. Gaming experience with gaming.
There we go. Yeah. How soon did you start doing like online or like getting online?
It had to have been a Halo game. I feel like.
Would you say like 360 era? Like
yeah, for sure. It's hard to say. I can't quite pinpoint it. Either probably like Halo 3 or maybe like original Modern Warfare. That's probably, in fact, I think that might have been what it was. It was around that. I couldn't tell you the specific game, but probably 2007 ish. 2006, 2007 is when I started playing.
I didn't really have online for. I mean, so
I watched my cousins play Halo 2 online on the original Xbox, but I never played it myself online on there.
A weird era now, like Xbox Live or Xbox Live.
Original Xbox Live.
Yeah.
I kind of wish I could have like tried it. Too bad the service is down entirely.
I remember seeing I still remember seeing those like boxes. Like that was a thing you went and bought. Like you there was a box that had like the mic in it
and, like,
and
the
said,
headset,
like Xbox. Yeah. And now you just I don't know, it just works out of like you buy the console and that's it.
It just comes with it.
Yeah, or like you had the I think PS2 had like an adapter, like an online adapter that no one used. And then no, PS2 just had that. The GameCube had the adapter, and no one fucking used that because I don't know what games were online for the GameCube. Apparently, there was some.
Yeah, I can't really think of any.
Yeah.
That strike me as like something you'd only need to buy if like you needed to download like some DLC content or something.
See, they didn't even really have DLC back then, did they?
I didn't think so, but I'm just
okay. I'm actually curious. Like what?